And there's lots of politics and small mafia working around that and all this stuff. So when they wanted to set up the first gantry in the port, that was the first gantry. Big strike, all the coolies went on strike. What are we supposed to do if the gantry comes? On those days, a ship of something like 150 to less than 200,000 tons, they would take 26 to 28 days to unload. And they were happy doing it that way because that much labor they got. When the gantry was fixed, today the gantries that we have even in India and Singapore, wherever else, it can unload a ship of 250,000 tons in less than 24 hours. So they, at that time, they all went on strike and fought that you can't put up this gantry, it's going to take our livelihood away. So essentially what they were saying is, this machine will make our muscles redundant. Isn't it a good thing that happened, I'm asking? Hasn't that happened in all levels of our life? So if you had a water carrier bringing water from the river to your home every day and suddenly you got a pipeline and a tap, he will resist. Because what about my job? So now professors and academics are wondering, what about our jobs? Because a phone can teach physics, chemistry, mathematics, whatever you want, and it has many gigabytes more memory than a human being can ever have, probably. So they are wondering, how will we continue our professions? But I think world should get to a place where to run the world, the material requirements of food, needs and infrastructure, no human being should be involved, everything should be done by the machines. That is when there is good room for consciousness to rise, that we don't have daily concerns. When this happens, those who are ignorant and arrogant, because ignorance and arrogance are not two different things. Ignorance breeds arrogance, all right. They will go into drinking, drugging, overeating, all this stuff. But there is a whole lot of human intelligence which will wonder, what is this life about? Some will go towards suicide, rest will go towards enlightenment. So culturing the society for a time like that. When I say culturing the society for a time like that, I'm not talking about future. Even now, how much physical activity you were doing 100 years ago for survival, today how much you do has come down to 10% or less physical, isn't it? Because of machines and technology.
Correct.
So how much nonsensical thinking you are doing to understand one thing and to do one thing, if it's done by the machine, is it not a great benediction? So I'm all for any kind of intelligence, because this is how I see. I know some religions go about saying that God is love. I don't know about that. I know human beings can be loving if they're willing.
No.
Dogs are very loving. Whether God is loving or not, I'm not an authority on that, I don't want to say anything. Somebody says God is compassion. Well, your job in Stanford, you got it on your competence or compassion? I'm just asking.
I don't have the authority to answer.
I'm saying, would you like to get it on competence or compassion?
The former.
Yes.
Yeah.
So compassion is meaningful only if you've fallen.
Yeah.
If you're down for some reason, physically, mentally, whichever way, if I reach out, it's very valuable.
Yeah.
Suddenly my hand may look like God's hand to you when you've fallen, isn't it? But when you're standing on your 2 feet, you want acceptance, you don't want compassion, isn't it?
Right.
So people say God is compassion because they are in such desperate states. People say God is love because they don't have any love in their hearts. All these things which are human qualities have been exported to heaven. If you say peace, people say divine peace. If you say bliss, people say divine bliss. No, these are all human capabilities. Miserable people on the planet have exported it, and now to import you have to pay from there. So, if it's such a well thought out enterprise, I'll appreciate their entrepreneurship, but not good for humanity.
No.
So I'm saying, if all things that can be done by machines are done by machines, anything and everything, what would the human intelligence do? Naturally it would seek salvation. Well, a few suicides may happen, unfortunately. It should not. This is why we need to cultivate the society, orient the society. There is a way for a human being to aspire for something bigger than survival. Something bigger than physiological and psychological process is available. If you don't curate the society like this, then they will go to drink, drug, alcohol, suicide. These things will come because we have not cultured the society. Right now, that's what is happening in affluent societies. The youth are going these things because nobody has cultured them for any higher possibility. The only thing that's been done is selling tickets to heaven. The youth don't want to go to heaven. If you say you want to go to heaven, they will ask you, is there free Wi-Fi or not? They're not interested in the old promises that were made about heaven, all right? They want life here. So that's a very good thing. It may look like short-termism, but it's a very good thing because I feel one of the greatest crimes that we have done in the world is to tell people that there is a better place than this. This is a crime against creation. There is no better place than this. Wherever you are, you may be in a desert, but still I'm telling you, there is no better place than this for you.
Yeah.
You must make this into a wonderful space to live. It's very important.
Yeah.
I've not seen whole of Indonesia, at least Bali. Bali, what we have seen
you must come again.
Is cultured.
Yeah.
Is cultured for mukti.
Correct.
India largely was like that, but today we are trying to be more American than American, we are trying hard. So, to culture a society, this is the work that we are doing.
Right.
To culture a society, not about preaching religion, not about teaching scriptures or some ideology or belief system. To culture a human being that if you are willing, there are possibilities beyond physical and mental pleasures and comforts.
I want to move on to what you've been busy with recently. You've been riding the motorbike all over the world and you've gotten a lot of people excited. Safe Soil. Tell us.
They got excited because they thought I'm killing myself.
But tell the world what your mission is. At least the Indonesians and Southeast Asians, what you've been up to.
Well, one of your stars was very much a part of Safe Soil movement. What's her name?
Rilin Shah.
Rilin Shah has been participating in Safe Soil. She's been a big support and she also came all the way to Dubai to ride with me for a short distance. But for a beautiful young woman like that, it was too hot.
Did you comply with the speed limits or?
Speed limits in Dubai are good, 160 kilometers per hour. It's 100 miles. It's okay. But because in some places I was going with the security and the security were excited, so they were driving at 240, 245 kilometers per hour, so I I was happy. So, about Save Soil. I've been talking about soil for over 30 years now. I've spoken to regular common people, I've spoken to lots, thousands of farmers, I've spoken to bureaucrats in various ministries, agriculture ministries, environment ministries, various ministers in many countries, some of the heads of state. Everybody says, this is fantastic, this is very important, this has to be done. And that night they will use it as a pillow to sleep upon all the Safe Soil talk. So I've been watching this, we've not just been watching, we've been manifesting it on the ground, that we've been converting farmers from aggressive chemical based farming to very soil friendly and economically far more lucrative way of doing things.